Enjoy reading the story on Manga Funny channel.
In the previous episode, we reached the point where Raphael and Sasha meet the fourth princess. Let's continue to follow the story. She thought, most importantly, nothing will happen. Everyone is distracted elsewhere. It seems that today's training might end. Both of them have gone inside. If I'm lucky, I might get to rest for the first time in a long while. The instructor ordered, "Now, trainee knights, report to your direct superiors. Since the princesses are here, we need to tighten security. While they stay, you will be on guard duty in the afternoons with your superiors." Today's schedule was complete. The next day, at the Duke's residence, she didn't want to leave after completing the morning training, but she had to act with her superior. Suddenly, two princesses arrived to convey the emperor's message. The message was as follows. The investigation in the west had been postponed, so the Duke needed to maintain his health and rest in his territory. The emperor looked forward to seeing him at his birthday celebration in 2 months. In short, it was pressure for the Duke to show his loyalty at the emperor's birthday instead of investigating the western ruins. Although there was some relief that the Duke wasn't heading west, she still had to prepare a birthday gift to please the emperor. Doing something so useless. I never expected things to turn out like this. As the root cause of this situation, I'm currently enduring the Duke's stress. I'm getting used to the Duke's personality, so it's not too bad. But I'm truly nervous being around him, especially if I accidentally run into Princess Cordelia. Cordelia is likely in his office right now. Yesterday, when the princesses arrived at the Duke's residence, they just delivered the emperor's message and then went to rest. But today, the Duke said he had matters to discuss with Princess Cordelia. It's highly likely they're together. So, I can't stray far from my direct supervisor. The only thing I can do now is buy as much time as possible. I'll cross crocodiles, pits of fire, and thorny roads if I have to. Please, let me go to training. I think it's time to leave. I can't even wear a helmet. If I try to cover my face, it will look even more suspicious. Is there a better way out of this? While walking through the garden, I unintentionally glanced at the pond area in the courtyard, where people rarely come. Could it be Princess Cordelia? If it is Princess Cordelia, I won't have to face her in the Duke's office. Saying that, she went to check if it was her. I could go meet the Duke and ask him for substitute training to avoid the princess. It turned out to be the fourth princess. Why was she alone in such a secluded place without any escort? At that moment, the fourth princess was playing and feeding the fish outside in the courtyard, while she hid and watched from afar. She thought, isn't it dangerous for a royal family member to be alone, even in the Duke's residence? What am I even worried about? If I get caught, I'll be the one in big trouble. While she was thinking about how the knights must be hiding well, suddenly, a masked assassin appeared behind the princess and said, "I've found you." Fourth princess. The princess, startled, turned around to see who it was, and immediately she rushed forward to push the princess away, placing her down on the ground, far from the assassin. Both the assassin and the princess were surprised. Then, she asked the princess if she was okay and began fighting the assassin herself. The assassin said, "I thought you were just a troublemaker, but if you're wearing that training outfit, are you a trainee knight?" She said as she drew her sword, "Please step back a little." The assassin replied, "Are you really challenging me? So, you're the hero for saving the princess, huh? I'll make you regret stepping out without knowing your place." She responded, "Is that all you've got to say? You seem to underestimate the Black Dragon Knights too much. Anyone who dares to assassinate the princess in broad daylight." As she said that, she swung her sword and lunged at him. "If I capture him here in the Duke's house, he'll be killed." With just one move, the assassin was down. She said, "Is this all the skill you have to infiltrate the Duke's house? Do you know anything? By the way, what is going on here? At this moment, everyone heard the commotion and ran over. Varan asked her, "Hey, Sasha, what's happening?" She replied, "An assassin targeting the princess infiltrated the duke's house. I just defeated him." Varan asked, "What? An assassin? I'll report this to the senior knights and be back soon, so please rest here for a moment." She said, "And on your way, please call for the princess's escorts and guards. I heard she's too weak to leave the palace. She seems to be in shock." "Princess, are you all right? I've taken care of the assassin, so you can be at ease." She said this while reaching out to the princess, her hand still blood-stained from the fight. At this point, the princess, frightened, saw the blood on her hand. She responded, "Oh no, my hand is bloody. I guess she's in shock. I apologize for my reckless behavior." The princess replied, "Oh, reckless behavior? This wound happened while you were saving me. Wait, can I see your hand for a moment?" She extended her hand and the princess tied a cloth around it to stop the bleeding. Then the princess thanked her. The princess said, "Ah, thank you. Knight, if you don't mind, could you?" At this moment, Raphael arrived and said, "How dare you, acting like this in front of the princess looking so pitiful." He draped a black cloth over her head and said, "Cover up that shameful appearance." The princess asked in confusion, "What are you doing, Raphael?